And welcome back for part 2 of How I'm Gonna Go Broke, a toddler wooden ride-on biplane. But before we get back to the action, I'd like to tell you all a brief story behind this project and where the idea came from. So keep your landing gear on the ground and stick around. Everything started mid-2016 with an image of a pretty ratty looking wooden ride-on biplane my wife saw online while she was looking for new ideas for newborn, infant, and toddler photography props. She immediately fell in love with it, came running over to talk to me all about it, and then made a note in her big book of business ideas. It was then promptly put on the back burner to make way for other projects. It wasn't until early July of 2017, almost a whole year later, that I decided to purchase the wood and make my first cuts. The shopping trip to the hardware store, the dumping of the massive lumber in the garage, and the setup of my work table all happened while my wife was at work. And without her knowing. With an abundance of wood that filled the only spot in the garage that's normally reserved for her car, my plan had been set into motion. Her return home from a long day of work was met with a little bit of anger from not having a parking spot in the garage, a little bit of confusion, then surprise, and finally pure glee. Everything was starting out on the right foot. After the initial surprise was over, it was down to business. Our plan was to have the plane completed by my youngest son's second birthday in early August. That only left us about 5 weeks to get the plane completed. That sounds like a lot of time until you consider that we both work 40 plus hours a week and we work on completely opposite schedules. And we also have 2 exhaustingly energetic toddlers. The actual project work time was going to be limited each day, and we had to make the most out of whatever and pretty much whenever we could. This led to very late nights and, oh my God, very early mornings for much of the work. What hasn't been shown so far, it probably won't be shown much of later on, is the hours upon hours upon hours, hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon, oh my gosh, upon hours of sanding that went into this. I also wound up losing a lot of footage, about maybe 5 or 6 hours of footage because of a stupid glitch in the software I was using. Everything is a learning experience with this project, and really, how exciting is sanding? It's not. It's boring. It's really boring. But a necessary step for wood projects like this. The only footage I really regret losing is a filming session with my 2 boys who were just going to town on the body of the aircraft with sandpaper. It didn't matter how they sanded. It was really fine sandpaper and they just loved it. Sawdust kicking up everywhere, squeals and laughter. It would have been a really nice addition for this project. But I will have to live without. We had many more laughs ahead, and we did a fine job as the project went along. The next 2 parts, I'll be constructing the biplane and turning it over to my gorgeous wife for staining and finishing. So with that, please enjoy the music, enjoy the video, and watch me fake my way through creating this biplane. like to take a moment and say thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos. So far, I'm having a blast, and I really hope you guys are too. And if you'd like to see more, please like, comment, and maybe even consider subscribing. I have a lot more content in the works and even a better release timeline in the making. So until the next video, I'll see you all later.